Hey everyone, I'm just going to run through a few quick tips on changing habits or routines or procedures, processes. Uh, the first one being making a goal or changing too dramatically is going to cause resistance from the body. So basically I'll relate it to weight loss, and then you can sort of use this across the board with everything. If you completely turn your schedule around or how you run out your week, there's going to be some form of resistance from the body. So we already talked about taking a full cycle of 60 days to make a new normal within sort of any change that you make in your life. In relation to weight loss, if you go from eating a lot of food to eating no food, your body doesn't like this. As much as there's different physical changes that will occur to sort of resist or stop the weight loss, also mentally you just don't like being deprived of things that previously you had plenty of. So if that's food and you're now being deprived of it, you thought back to the good times that you had a lot of food, and even that mental aspect, let alone the sort of hunger and the sort of hormone cravings that you get for eating nice foods that come along with it, just having less of it can be the same with time. If you want to do personal development, studies, or progress through your career, for example, and you previously had a whole lot of time to do leisure activities, reading, movies, listening to music, hanging out with friends, but then you had a goal of pursuing your career and you had to study and you had to spend more time at work, all of a sudden there's a massive reduction in time that you can, or free time that you used to be able to do those leisure activities, and mentally it doesn't feel as good. Whether that's training, being through discomfort for long periods of time. Previously, you would have had less discomfort and you didn't have to be sore all the time, right? So there's always going to be, you're always going to miss out on something when you take something up. So you take away from somewhere or you give somewhere, you got to take away from the other cup, for example. So there's only so much time in the day and there's only so many resources that we can dedicate to something. So other things are going to suffer, which is why, well, number one, you have to find a good why, because there's going to be things that you're missing out on and it's not going to feel good at the time. But as long as you're passionate about something or you really want it and you know why you want it, those sacrifices are going to be worth it. So the biggest one being, try not to change too many things dramatically. Eventually you can get to point B, or let's say point Z, but you got to go through A, B, C, D, E, F before actually getting there. So don't go from A to Z, try and break it down into little chunks. You've got time. Yeah, everyone has time. Even if you're 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, there's still time to make change, especially to your physical state, mental state, to your health basically. And yeah, you don't need to do it all at once. So if it's been 20 years since you started working on your health, you don't all of a sudden want to get it all on track within 8 weeks. Remember, someone who is fit at 20 years old has probably been doing things, A, B, C, D, E, that led to being fit at 20. They didn't go from A to Z. They slowly but surely built up these nice, consistent habits that led them to leading a healthy lifestyle, fit lifestyle, all the above, basically. So bit by bit, try not to go from A to Z.